Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back, and as always, huge thank you for the support. First of all, I just want to say thank you for everyone who commented on that last little video with all of those cards, and I think there's something like 54. People really did like that, so I've had comments in all sorts of places, Facebook and YouTube about it, so thank you for that. So I'm coming back with White Christmas again. This is the beautiful Let It Grow. So we've got this beautiful sort of greenhouse conservatory sort of theme to it. The foiled cardstock has got this sewing line and a solid line there, and the printed image in the corner, which is perfect for me because that means that I can use that on 2 different cards, and this will be the focal point of my second cards. The inserts are beautiful as well. You can still use those as normal papers. And then you've got that whole scene across the printed sheet, which just really just screams out for a bit of glitter, and that would make a really nice card. Okay, so the first card that I'm going to do, let me just straighten this camera up a little bit, sorry. The first card I'm going to do, so both the cards today I'm doing are 6x6, just normal 10-fold cards. But I thought, I had a comment a little while back about a shaker card, and forgive me, the name just escapes me, but I thought I would do a shaker card for the first one out. So I need, which one do I need? I think I was going to go with that one. So we'll keep that one out. We'll bring the trimmer in. I have my 6x6 card blank. It's that normal 300 GSM white cardstock that I use. The foiling on this kit is all silver, so I'm going to bring in a piece of holographic silver cardstock, and I'm going to start by cutting this to 2 notches under the 6. And there we go. Just get rid of those bits, and that should fit onto there quite nicely. And you're actually not going to see an awful lot of the background on this because I am using that huge topper, which is just over 5 inches in size, the topper is. So this one I'm cutting to 5 3/4 square. I'm just wondering if I put that way, where is that going to leave that? Okay, so I'm going to cut it that way because I'm just thinking that in itself could make just a nice little 3x6 card. So I'm just going to make the most of my cardstock there, and because we're not going to see an awful lot of this behind that topper anyway, we're just going to have that little bit of frostiness coming through with those trees, and I'm happy with that. Do I need this anymore? No, I don't. Right, so the first thing I want to do is just grab this card. I can see it's just not quite folding straight. So if I use this bone folder, if I hold it in position, it should straighten it up. There we go, much better. Okay, so the glues I'm going to be using, they're the usual ones. We've got the Kalau all-purpose glue in this clear one, and the Kalau tacky glue in that one. So I'm just going to go ahead. I did refill this one just before. There we go. So I'm just going to put a nice amount on there. So all of those cards I made the other day from that video, they are up on Pinterest. I have put them in their own little section. They're in the Throwback Thursday cards made in 2024 section. But I am counting them towards my challenge, and I was quite amazed to find that I have made over 400 cards now. So that is, and it's not been very long, so I certainly wasn't expecting to reach those numbers quite so fast, but it has been enjoyable to use these bits up, I have to be honest, and that they're going to be going to such a super cause. And just a little reminder, if you wanted to sponsor me, there is the link in my description that will take you to the Just Giving page, and that goes straight to the Ostrich Foundation, and they are dealing with young people. They go into schools and things, and you know, they are trying to tackle the problem head on at a younger age of suicide, just to make sure, you know, people know there are options out there, if you know, if you're considering that. Not you, but you know, young people. It's just tragic that these young lives are being lost in this way, and devastating for families, you know. And I know there's a couple of you have commented you've been through the same thing. I mean, any death is hard, you know, but it is a different kind of hard, for sure. Okay, so I don't know where these big scissors came from. I know they came from Crafter's Companion, but they just mysteriously appeared at the bottom of a drawer, and I have to say I have been using them quite a bit. They are Crafter's Companion ones, like I say. So as you can see, that's going to take up almost all, so you're not really going to see any of that. Now what I thought I would do is put the shaker part, let's see if I can get it out, on this frame. Mainly because I didn't have a lot of the strip foam pads. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this one down flat, and then we're going to have our shaker on top of there. So we'll lift that up. It's going to come up to about 2-3 millimeters. I think the pads are 2 or 3 millimeters. And then we'll have some sequins in. I decided on sequins just because, in my experience, if you use like the faux snows and all those sort of things, they really do stick, they cling to the acetate, and that can be really heartbreaking, because like suddenly your lovely little snowstorm has turned into a blizzard that nobody's going to escape from. So that's why I decided to go with the sequins. They're a little bit heavier, you don't have to put so many in, and you get, it's a different effect, I have to be honest. Like the faux snows, those sort of things, they are a lovely effect, but then it's sort of, I haven't found a way to successfully remove the static from the acetate to stop that cling. I've tried, you know, some of the suggestions online were rubbing it with an anti-static laundry dryer cloth, washing it with a washing up liquid beforehand. It's still there, it's annoying. Yeah, I tried all of those things and I still couldn't get that to stop clinging. So what I've decided to do moving forward for me when I'm doing these shakers is just use something a little heavier, and then it's less likely to just be stuck to our window. Okay, so let's pop this down. Is there a right or a wrong way? Yes there is, because there's bows on the reef. So just be aware if you're copying, you've got little bows, just make sure those are the right way up. Okay, and then for this one, so I've got some of that snowfall acetate left from the other day, so I'm going to start, let me just bring that trimmer back in. There you are, and let's see, what are you, what size are you? So you are 4, just under 4 3/4. So let's chop that to just under 4 3/4 squares, and then we just have the corners to worry about. Hopefully we've not gone too small now. We can always take some more off if we need to. And we do need to. We need to take about, let's get to that. Take about a notch off one side, and I think it's 2 notches off the other. Let's have a look. It's best to keep going back rather than cut it and then not be able to read it. Yeah, so I think about 2 notches off this side. Let's have a look now. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And like I say, all these little bits, the little bits like that can go away, but those sort of bits, they may come in for another project, even if you're just having something dangling or raised up. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold that in place, and then I'm going to bring my scissors in, pop it underneath and just take that corner off. I'm going to do the same here, just being a little bit brave. If you want to, you can stick it down first and then do any trimming off after. So I just need to take the tiniest bit off there. Let's have a look. So just off that one and that one. Let's see if that will do it for me. Oops, can I have that middle piece level? Yeah, I think that's going to be okay. So let's pop those out of the way. Now what I want to do is make sure I've got the right side facing, so it's sort of whiter on one side and on the other side it's sort of a little duller. So I'm going to choose the brighter white side on the outside. I'm going to use this red, little bits of acetate. That's going to look quite weird that I am moving things, honestly. And I'm just going to put this all the way around, just going as close as I can to the edge, because I know that my acetate doesn't necessarily come right up to the edge of my square. I'm just folding it as I'm going round. I'm going to try and do it in one long piece. Creasing where I need to, all the way along. And down, nearly there. Up a little bit. Cut that off. Don't know why I keep going to those bigger scissors. Let me bring that one in. Okay, let me just give this a good burnish down all the way around. What you need to do is just make sure you've got tape all the way around so that none of it, there's no gaps for anything to fall out from. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this end off here and I'm going to pop that down. Now I should get a bit of wiggle room time to get this on. And when I'm happy that that's where I need it to be, I'm going to pop that down. Chase this all the way around, sticking as we go. I will have to do a little bit of trimming on one of those corners. All the way around. There we go. And that's the first time it's ever worked out so well, which is brilliant. So now we've got that piece on the inside, we've got our lovely little bit of snowfall coming down. So now for stage 2, which is with our strips. Oops, dropping things on the floor. Must remember not to go back to my chair. And we've got these ones. These are probably, I think they're either 2 or 3, and these are the skinny ones. So on the pack from Hunkydory, you get 2 sizes on this one. You get a sort of a larger strip, and then you get this thin strip. So I've used all the larger strips, and these are the skinny ones. So again, I'm going all the way around, just butting that up, making sure that that does stay connected, and I will put another little piece of foam pad behind it just to make sure that no gaps are there, but we'll do that in a second. Again, just butting that up nice and tight, and then all the way down to there. And then I've got another piece there, so I'll just pop that in. Now I'm a little bit worried that since I've got some sticky on my hand, I might have a piece that hasn't stuck somewhere, so I will just test it in a second. So let me just grab a few little pieces to pop behind my joins. So that's a bend, that's... Oh, I might not be able to do it there, I might have to trim that off, but we'll pop it on. And then there was one there. Again, I can trim that off from the outside. I think. Right from this beginning piece where that bit of glue that came off on my hand. So I'm hoping that's it. So let's just go around. Like here, you can just see the edge of that pad. Just going to chop that off, and we've got another little edge of the pad here. And what I'm doing is cutting it at an angle under so that it cuts. It stays flush to the top, but it is cut underneath. And then here, just got a little bit there. So I think that's fine. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so let's just pop this on. What I need to do is just get this image right in the middle. So I'm just putting this back in upside down on there. I think the best thing for me to do is just pop some all-purpose glue on there. A little bit of acetate. Pop it into the middle. And then if I do that again, pop that into that corner. And then I should be able to get that lined up. That's perfect. Okay. So the sequins that I'm going to be using, these are from Crafter's Companion. This was part of a big set that I got, the Winter Sparkle. I don't think it was last year, it must have been the year before when Mum was here. So it is a couple of years, but I've only ever used a few, and there's so many in here. And these are sort of like a silver sort of colour with some little ones in as well. So I'm going to pop them onto there. Let's pop up there out of the way. I've got more stuck on my hands. And then I'm going to bring them all in, make sure everything is off of that space where we're going to be sticking our pieces on. I'm not going mad with them because I just want a little bit of an effect, I don't want to be drowning it all. What I am going to do though is just grab my tacky glue and I'm going to just pop. No, I'm not, because the glue's not going to come out. Come on now. Here we go. A little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if I make sure they're cupboard, I'm just going to take that way around. Couple on there. It just means that even when the card is flat, you're going to have a few of these sequins up in the air. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's another one. So I'm sure I did 5. Where did I do that other one? Oh. Aha. I see you hiding. Okay, now I'm just going to decide whether I want any more. No, I'm not going to do any more because I don't want it to hide the image. And then what I'm going to do is start peeling these off all the way around. Oops. And sometimes you'll find they come off in one go, sometimes they don't. I did cut my nails randomly yesterday, so getting these pads off is not easy today. There we go. Let's grab my little knife. There we go. And then we have a little piece here as well. Not sure where that's going to. I've got that one. Got that one there. Now, what's happening with you? Sorry about this, guys. Not usually this complicated. There we go. I think that's it. So I'm just going to have a quick look around, make sure there's no dull places. Like there is another piece on this side. You know, I'm going to leave that one because it's on the outside, so it's still blocked up the gap anyway. As long as it doesn't come over there, that's all sticky, so that's fine. Okay, so let's risk it for a biscuit. So I'm going to pick what way I want my snow to be. I think it's this way. We've got a couple of little hearts in. You can see how they're trying to stick to that already. And then straight down. Just give that a good press all the way around. There we go. So could have done with a few less, I think. But it's still decent shaker. And it shakes, which is more than can be said for some of the ones I've made in the past anyway. Okay, so let's go with a sentiment. So we've got "Have yourself a merry little Christmas, season's tweetings." It's a nice thin one. You've got this lovely greeting all along there that could be lots of different sentiment. You know, you could cut them into more than one sentiment. And then, where shall I go with this? Shall I go across? Am I missing anything if I pop it there? Or underneath? Or at the top? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use another one of these borders. Since we have them out, might have to use two actually. This one here. There we go. And I think I'm going to put this at the top. Now that's lifted up, it's going to stand out a bit better. So again, just getting these backs off. And a little bit of glue just in case we get it on the skew with or on wonk. And I can just pop that up the top there. Okay, I'm not going to bother with any other gems. They've got all of these sequins in there. I'm going to leave that as it is. So that is card number 1. Like I say, probably I would, if I was doing this again, I'd just put half of that in so it was at the bottom. Or if you've got some white ones, maybe they would look better. The only white ones I had, but then they looked a bit too yellow. Those are the only whitish ones I had. I could have put gems in, or seed beads you can put in, anything like that, but that's what I had to hand, so I thought I'd have a little play with them. But I'm quite happy with that. Probably one of the more successful ones I've made. So that is card number 1. So I'm just going to get set up now for card number 2. Okay, so for the second card, I made a card with some of the leftover pieces from the last video with the White Christmas. And I liked it so much that I wanted to do it again on another card to show you guys, because I just think it looked really nice. I'm hoping it will look nice with this one as well. So like I said before, it's another 6x6 card. That's that 300 GSM white card that I use for paper cuts. And then I've got another piece of the holographic. So I'm going to start by doing my my mat at 2 notches under that 6. Oops, there we go, get rid of those, and that should fit quite nicely onto there. Yep, I'm happy with that. And then I'm coming in with the foiled cardstock. So as per usual, I'm going to do 5 3/4. And I think I want to take some off this top. I don't want to take quite that much off. I think I'm going to take about an inch. I just don't want it to be the whole focus of my card. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think that's going to be okay. So again, you've got a lovely little strip there. That we can mix and match with other things, maybe use with the little book, but we will see how that goes. The next thing, let's get rid of that, so no more chopping I don't think. I'm going to bring in, this is just some vellum. This is Anita's. I'm not sure what the weight is, but you can see it's pretty thin. Okay, you can use your patterned ones, I guess would work quite well for this. But you know, this is what I had at hand, so this is what I did. So you can see I've already ripped that side there, so I just want a strip to about there, and I'm just going to give that a little tear all the way along and down. Now what I did with the other one is to glue it onto the card, but what I realised afterwards a better thing to do would be to fold that over and behind. So what I'm going to do is just make those marks there where my fold marks are going to be. And then I'm going to bring in, I think I have got a piece of, yeah, I've got a piece of insert paper here. And I'm going to bring in my glitter. And what I'm going to do is just bring in my tacky glue if it decides to work, and I'm just going to run that glitter just along the edge. Now you can dip it in if you wanted to, if you've got like a silicone pot or a silicone lid is what my mum used to have, a little pot with a lid. You can use those sort of tools if you like. I'm literally just putting this along the edge of this vellum, spreading that out nicely, and then I'm going to bring in my glitter and I'm going to pop it all along that edge. I'm going to do the same with the other side. And you get that effect there. I think you can just about pick that up. So I'm just going to do that again on this other side. I'm not going to worry about that little bit of glue that's squirted there. And it does help if you tear both sides of the vellum towards you. I think you get an easier sort of edge to glue, because this one apparently has been torn the other way and it's not as easy. And you can spread it out if you need to. It doesn't matter really how it looks once it's covered in the glitter. It's going to look just frosty, which is what we're looking for. So let's go ahead with my glitter all the way along there. Alternatively, if you didn't want to do it this way, if you've got some stickles, you could just go along it with stickles instead. Okay, so we'll pop that there for a second, and then I can pop this away. Yeah, this is the bit I get most nervous about out of all of my videos, putting glitter into this bottle, because I do have a tendency to go pew, which is why there is less glitter in there than there would be if I hadn't. Okay, so that is our piece there. So you can see you've got that lovely little bit of frosting. So while that's just gluing there just a minute, what I'm going to do is go ahead and start my layers. So again, with my tacky glue and my all-purpose glue, and we're going, let's do it the way I mean to do, or do I? No, I'm going that way because the snowflakes are falling down. Okay, that's good, smooth out. We're just going to smidge down, I think. Now we're a bit on the walk that way. Okay. And then for this next bit, what I'm going to do, if I haven't buried it, yes I have, no, there you are. Just going to take some red liner tape. I'm just going to treat my vellum just the same as I would my ribbon. Just take a piece of red liner tape. I think I want it on there. It needs to go on here anyway, so let's just pop a piece of red liner tape on there and a piece on there. Take that off, put that down. What you could do if you were going to do a lot of these, you could do them all, glue, put all the glue on, let all the glitter sit and dry while you were doing. See, this one has smudged just a little bit under there. I think it'll be fine. Okay, so now I can come and pop that onto my card. Yeah, I am going to have it that way around, I have decided. A little bit of all-purpose. I can see I've got a liner glue here, so I'm just going to get a tissue in a second. And that's just come from that glitter. Actually, I've got one there as well, so I just, let's pop this on. Get it on nice and straight. Give that a good fold down. Okay, so tissue there. And it's not going to do any damage to my card, but what it might do, like you see, it picks up the dirt of the mat, which I do clean, but yeah, I just don't want it to get stuck onto the back of my card, and then I'm going to have a little mucky mess on it. Okay, so let's come in with our topper, and we've got this beautiful little cat looking up at the sky with the robin. And And I think we're going to go with this Have Yourself a Little Merry Little Christmas. And we don't think we use anything else. I don't think those are... No, I think we're just going to go with these. I think we'll come across like so. Okay, since I've got Hunkydory pads here, let's use these. These again are these 2 to 3 millimeters, so they're quite chunky. And I'm just going to pop them on. So these are quite simple cards, but effective, you know, like so. It's not hard to make a statement with a Hunkydory card because the card design does so much work for you. Okay, so I'm just going to pull these backs off with my nearly there nails. Oops, a little bit there, come on now. There we go. And I am going to just pop a little bit of tacky glue, actually not on that side, on this side, because I think that's going to stick to that glitter straight away anyway, that vellum. So let's pop that pretty much central. And then, now I know this vellum isn't in the kit, and normally I only use what's in the kit because I figure if you've got the kit, all you need is a little bit of cardstock and that just to add on it. But I just thought I'll show you the one I made yesterday in a second, because I just thought it was really pretty, and with that glitter on the edge it just looks like it's frosted. Okay, so now I want some little gems, and I want something that looks glittery and frosted. Oh, I'm going to rustle, I'm so sorry, I know it sounds really horrible on the video. So I've got those, I don't think those. I've got those, I don't think I want those either. I'm just bringing out anything sort of frosty, and then we can make a decision based on those. We've also got those gems. I don't think I've got any glittery ones. Well, this is sad. Next time I order from Hunkydory, I'm definitely going to have to get some. Right, I'm going to discount them, don't want them straight away. Now, these are from a pound shop, I believe. Would have been, Mum used to pick these up there all the time. Okay, I think maybe we might go with these. How many? 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, here's the plan. Put all of these up. I'm going to put... Where's my picky uppy tool? 1, 2, and 3. And then maybe some of these in the centre. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so that's what we'll do. Let's just pop these down. I like these, they're picking up the colour. Would have preferred them if they were glittery, but we can't have everything, so, well, at least not today. So those are my 3 for there. And then what I'm going to do, move those out of the way, just these bigger snowflakes. Just going to pop a little bit of glue into the centres. So we've got, it needs to be that way around. And one in there? I don't think I did. And I think I've told you guys before, this is the kind of thing I could sit and do all day. Just putting stones in on things. So that's there. Oops, sorry, got my hair there for some reason. And we'll go 1, 2. I'm not even going to count ones today. I'm going to count them because if it's off, if it's not even, if it's not odd, it's too bad. And that one, and that one. That's what we're doing. Okay, so that is that card finished. Let me put these out of the way. You could go with pearls if you've got tiny weeny pearls. I have got some tiny wee pearls. Could have done that if I'd have looked for them, but I didn't want to. Okay, let me just bring you out that card I was saying about. Let me move those scissors. So now that I've got my computer up high, I have spaces for cards. Put it up there. And that's the one I did with those dogs. So I used, you know, the magazine recently you had the chart and embossing folder. I used that on there. I did the same with the vellum. I cut it to size on this one and I put glue under the topper and the base, and then I just stuck a couple of silver pearls on. Those would have worked on there as well. But yeah, I love that so much. I thought I was going to, you know, definitely wanted to do it again. I love the look of it. So let's bring this one back in. Obviously, it's still shaking. I haven't put any gems on that. I don't think I want to do anything more to it. The only thing I would say is if it doesn't fit in a normal envelope, you can get these slim boxes from Hunkydory. There's two types. There's the deep one, which I think is 1/2 inch. Or are these are 1/2 inch? No, there must be 1 inch, and these are the 1/2 inch. But as you can see, that's going to fit in there quite nicely as a 6 inch. I think they only do them in the 6 inch size though. And I think you get 12 of these thinner ones for something like £6 or £7. It's not really expensive. You know, when they've got a members event on or something like that, it's worth picking up a couple of packs of them because they do work perfect. So all these cards need now, in my opinion, is going to be the inserts putting in, which I will put in afterwards. I'm just going to cut those to 5 3/4 and then just pop them in as a loose leaf. I usually just put glue at the top and then let them appear as if it's an expensive card with the leaves in. But that's it for today. Now I do want to come back one more time with this White Christmas, and then I've done 4 of them, and then I'll work on the others behind the scenes along with the other kits that I'm going to do. So the next one, I'm really taken with the goose, and I don't know why. So it may be the goose unless I can talk myself out of it for something else. I try and pick the ones that are in my opinion look harder to work with, because I think the ones that look really easy, everyone can pick up one and plonk it on a card and it looks fantastic. So I try and pick the ones that look a little harder, or especially like with this one with the bigger topper with a smaller card, just trying to work it in and try and make it a little bit easier if you're struggling. But it's hard to struggle with Hunkydory stuff anyway. But that's it for today. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend and enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I will see you again on Monday with this White Christmas. But until then, happy crafting. Bye bye.